Good afternoon, I'm Neil Mercado. This is INQUIRER.net special coverage of the Barangay and Sangguniang Kabataan elections 2023. Our reporters are still on the ground covering the ongoing elections as we approach the final couple of hours of voting. Reporting live from Taguig City is Gina Mangaluz. From the Comelec main office in the city of Manila is Zakarian Saral, and Charia Barca is reporting live from Caloocan. Let's first check the situation at the Commission on Elections as they continue to monitor the situation in various polling places and precincts across the country. To give us an update, Zakarian Sarao is reporting live from the Comelec Command Center. Zach?
Right, Neil, we are here right now at the Commission on Elections Command Center where the ball body monitors the situation on the Barangay and Sangguniang Kabataan elections. According to Comelec spokesperson John Rex Laudianco in a press conference, all precincts have been confirmed to be operational nationwide. He says Comelec observed a quote-unquote blockbuster number of voters in mall poll sites as well as in its pilot test of early voting hours in Muntinlupa and Naga City. Election observers have also been assigned to inspect the ongoing elections from this morning's early voting hours to the situation on mall voting, barangays implementing automated election systems, and the counting of votes in the rest of barangays which conducted manual voting. International observers from different countries were also present to observe this year's BSKE. Laudianco says Comelec hopes to exceed the 70% voter turnout from the last BSKE in 2018. In terms of election-related violence, Laudianco bared two different reports involving a shooting and a strafing incident. According to Laudianco, a man was killed in Lanao del Sur after being shot. In Maguindanao del Norte, a strafing incident killed at least 2 people. Suspects in both incidents are already in police custody, but Laudianco said that the Comelec is still validating if the incidents are election-related. Back to you, Neil.
Zach, based on your report, one person was killed in Lanao del Sur and 2 more people were killed in Maguindanao del Norte. Ano ang sinasabi ng Commission on Elections regarding these? Okay, do they consider these as election-related?
Well, Neil, sabi nga ni Laudianco, hanggang ngayon ay binavalidate pa kung talagang direktang related siya sa election. Pero sabi ng kapulisan naman sa police report nila, yung sa Maguindanao del Norte, yung 2 pinatay sila nung mismong paboto sila. So, ayun.
Zach, another problem that we're hearing from the ground right now is yung accessibility ng mga precincts natin, mga polling precincts natin. And this problem is not new. We've heard about these problems even before during the 2022 national elections. We've heard about these things. Ano masasabi ng Commission on Elections regarding the accessibility of our polling precincts, particularly for the senior citizens and the persons with disabilities?
Well, sabi naman ni Laudianco kanina, Neil, kapag registered ka as PWD or senior citizen, as much as possible, yung presinto mo is ma-assign ka naman sa ground floor. Yun nga lang, minsan hindi talaga kaya ng eskwelahan na lahat na nasa ground floor. Kaya ang ginawa daw nila is meron naman daw sa mga polling places available na special groups kung tawagin nila ay emergency accessible polling places. Doon na kung saan kapag second floor ka na-assign or third floor ka na-assign, pwede kang doon ka na lang pumunta. Tapos tutulungan ka ng mga election ng board electorates doon na doon ka na lang boboto. Sila mismo boboto rin para sa'yo. Iabot mo sa kanila yung ano mo, tapos sila na maglalagay doon sa box sa balon.
Zach, baka may mga kababayan tayo na gusto pang humabol na bumoto. No, they still have a couple of hours to do so. Pero yung ilan sa ating mga kababayan ay concerned na paano kung abutan sila ng 3 p.m. doon sa pila at hindi pa sila nakakaboto. Paano yun?
Actually, Neil, yan din nga yung issue ngayon. Kaya pinipilit na ni Garcia magmula pa kaninang umaga na hanggat maaari, wag na magpaabot ng last minute yung mga botante. Gawa nga ng hindi natin alam maka-cut off ba siya agad-agad kasi hindi pa nag-update ng Comelec about kung gagawin doon. So, ayun.
Kasi minsan, that's up doon sa mga electoral body na naandoon sa mga eskwelahan, whether or not they will allow these people to still vote. Anyway, Zach, I understand that there will be a press conference over there at the Comelec Command Center later this afternoon. We'll ask for updates after that press conference. That's Zakarian Sarao reporting live from Manila. Let's check the situation at another Embo barangay. Jean Mangaluz is reporting live from Taguig City. Jean, what's the situation there right now with only a couple of hours left for the registered voters there to vote?
Neil, we're currently here in the East Rembo Elementary School where 19,000 people are expected to vote. It seems that the situation for all Embo schools are more or less the same. Elections are proceeding normally without much hiccups. However, when we were in Fort Bonifacio High School earlier, voters told us that difficulty for Embo residents appeared to have come before Election Day. We found out that some voters of the Embo barangays actually had to register at the Comelec again. Residents expressed frustration at this as they had to line up once more so that they can register for the BSKE elections.
Hassle sa pila. Number 1 sa pila, tapos minsan inaabot kami ng ilang oras sa pag-aantay, tapos hanapin pa namin yung dati namin present number. Compare ngayon na 'di ba may stub, may mga ganun po. Doon lang namin nakita na yung numbering namin parang nag-iba talaga. Nag-iba siya ng hindi katulad ng dati na pagpunta mo nakikita mo agad.
East Rembo Elementary told us that this was not the case for them and that they had already been automatically registered again. They were just informed of changes like precinct numbers. The Comelec had previously issued guidelines when it came to these Embo barangays. It had instructed the office of the election officer of both Makati and Taguig to prepare a list of qualified electoral boards, print new voters lists, and ensure that voting centers will be available to people. That's it from me, Neil. Back to you.
Jean, in your reports earlier this morning, you mentioned na may mga nakita ka na patuloy na nangangampanya, namimigay ng mga sample ballots despite the campaign ban imposed by the Comelec. Diyan ba sa eskwelahan na pinuntahan mo ngayon, may mga napansin ka pa rin bang ganong mga issue?
Actually, in this school, Neil, we haven't actually seen anyone hand out flyers like we did see it in Fort Bonifacio High School. However, the case still remains. The Comelec said that voting is not allowed on election day itself. It also said that no one can give away small tokens with election candidates' names. So if you see someone giving out caps or pens, this is not allowed as per Comelec rules.
Thanks, Jean. That's Jean Mangaluz reporting live from Taguig City. Let's head on over to Caloocan City to give us an update. Here's Chari Abarca reporting live. Chari?
Neil, the queues are long, the venue is crowded, and residents are both eager and impatient, wanting to vote first. That's the situation here at Gomburza Elementary School in Caloocan City, where 200 residents of Barangay 76 are scheduled to vote. Comelec Chair George Garcia earlier said that Barangay 76 is the smallest barangay in Metro Manila, but Neil, the situation here is contrary to our expected relaxed and peaceful polls. Chairman of the Electoral Board in Gomburza Elementary School, Lilia Cometa, says more than 70 residents of Barangay 76 have so far voted in the polling center as of 12 noon. Cometa adds she's not certain if all 210 registered residents of Barangay 76 will cast their votes, but she adds they are aiming to end the voting hours at 3 p.m. exactly as scheduled. But Neil, it is also important to note that Gomburza Elementary School is also the designated polling place for residents of Barangay 72, 73, 74, and 75. Similar to the irregularities we've witnessed in Pasong Tamo Elementary School, the situation is no different in Gomburza Elementary School as the distribution of campaign material remains rampant despite Comelec's strict ban. Meanwhile, Michael Marasigan, Electoral Board Chairperson of Barangay 73, appeals to the Commission on Elections to make the next BSKE automated. To recall, BSKE 2023 is only automated for 3 barangays in the country. The rest will utilize the manual voting system as per Comelec's mandate. Back to you, Neil.
Chari, you mentioned in your report na tuloy-tuloy pa rin yung mga namimigay ng campaign materials. Can you give us some more details on that? Anong klaseng mga campaign materials itong mga ipinamimigay nila?
Neil, mga sample ballots usually na naglalaman ng mga pangalan ng mga kandidato na malinaw na pinagbabawal ng Comelec, Neil. And kagaya nga ng nasabi ko kanina, Neil, no different ang Gomburza Elementary School sa Pasong Tamo High School na nauna na nating pinuntahan kanina. So talamak din ang pagbibigay dito ng sample ballots and kulang na kulang din sa poll watchers and talagang siksikan and maraming pila na hiwa-hiwalay and nahihirapan din maghanap yung mga ilang botante ng kanilang mga pangalan sa mga listahan.
Shari, kamusta yung bilang ng tao dyan ngayon sa Caloocan? Marami pa ba ang gustong humabol na bumoto dyan? Dahil papalapit na tayo doon sa 3 p.m. cut-off para sa mga botante.
Yes, Neil. Unti-unti ring dumadami yung bilang ng mga tao ngayon. Kung nakikita mo sa likod ko is marami pa ring tao ngayon. And pero ang advice po sa atin ng Electoral Board Chairperson ng Barangay 76 is ini-aim nila na matapos nga yung polling, yung voting ng exact 3 p.m. as scheduled by the Commission on Elections.
Would you know, Chari, kung ano ang magiging desisyon ng mga polling bodies dyan o yung mga nagbabantay dyan, Electoral Board, kung sakasakali na abutan ng 3 p.m. yung mga tao na nasa pila pa rin at hindi pa nakakaboto?
Neil, wala pa tayong balita ukol dito pero sinigurado naman ng Electoral Board ng Barangay 76 na sikasuhin nila yung mga dadating pang botante.
Okay, maraming salamat, Chari. That's Chari Abarca reporting live from Caloocan City. President Bongbong Marcos urges Filipinos to value their right to vote and not yield to vote buying or vote selling. After casting his vote for the 2023 Barangay and Sangguniang Kabataan elections in Ilocos Norte, Marcos discloses he received reports that a number of barangay candidates resorted to paying constituents to vote for them. According to Marcos, voters should not throw away their right to choose their barangay officials.
Ang aking payo lang sa ating mga kababayan ay huwag nyo naman itatapon ang inyong karapatan na makapili ng inyong mga barangay official. Dahil alam nyo naman po na ang mga barangay official ang mga kaharap ninyo araw-araw. Ito ang mga tinatakbuhan ninyo para makatulong sa inyong mga problema. Kaya kung idadaan lang sa bayaran, ay hindi kayo mawawala yung boses ninyo at hindi nyo maipili kung sino ba ang dapat talaga na mamuno dyan sa inyong barangay.
Over the campaign period for the 2023 Barangay and SK elections, reports abound that barangay candidates were trying to buy votes, even utilizing available technology to send the money to voters. Marcos assures the public that they are monitoring such reports and that the Commission on Elections is doing everything within its power to stop a vote buying.
Well, syempre lahat yung mga kapulisan natin, yung mga Comelec natin, ginagawa ang lahat para itigil na ganun. So we will do our part as the government. We will do our part to continue to enforce all of the laws that do not allow the use of vote buying as a part of the campaign.
In other news, local oil firms announced mixed movements in the price of petroleum products effective Tuesday, October 31. The pump price of gasoline will increase by 45 centavos per liter. Meanwhile, diesel prices will go down by 1 peso and 25 centavos per liter, while the price of kerosene will decline by 1 peso and 20 centavos per liter. This marks the second consecutive week of price increases for gasoline. INQUIRER.net's Barangay and Sangguniang Kabataan elections special coverage will be back later at 4 p.m. I'm Neil Mercado. Follow INQUIRER.net on Facebook, X, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and Reddit. For more stories, visit INQUIRER.net. Good afternoon.